So let me start with resolve. Resolve, think about that word. Resolve comes from the same root as the word solvent does. The same word that solution does. The same root that we think of when we talk about a liquid flowing and in a solution and things, mixing freely around and moving around the way a liquid does, covering a space or flowing forward. And we're talking about resolving. So what does that mean? That means that somehow you are turning yourself again out of some other state, out of some other way of being, into that free-flowing solution. So you are taking yourself out of some kind of a state of hardness, some kind of a state of confidence, holding yourself together, some kind of a state of, being sure that you're right. You're letting all that go. You're turning yourself into solution and allowing yourself to flow into that unknown, into that future that you are asking others to join you in. So as the leader, you're not just this piece of stone. You're not this hard and fast person that has all the answers, that knows you're right, that has, the word from on high, and you know what that word is better than anyone else. Instead, you are in a state of resolution, of making yourself open, letting yourself flow, letting things flow into you and mix and work around so that everybody in the mixture moves forward. That sense of resolve. Bonnie was talking the other day to me about the stories that she has heard from some of you about moments when she's asked you to consider when you have had to step into your life with resolve. And she said so often those are the most important moments in people's lives. Why is that? Because those are the moments when you can't go into the future, you can't take that step and know for sure this is what's going to happen. Know for sure that this is right. Instead, you're stepping into that moment freely as a liquid, and you will be reformed out of that moment of being in that solvent state. So, how do you step into that? How do you step into that space? How do you take that next step? If you're not sure that you're right, wow, I could get creamed here. Right. Remember, success isn't part of the equation. How do I take that step? When son of a gun, no one's telling me that, this is absolutely the right thing to do. No one's even supporting me on this. Right. The money just might not flow just because, you are making this decision. But the one who lives in self-trust has one criterion. One criterion. Is it worthy? Is it worthy? So what do we mean by that? If we're saying, it's not right, it's not perfect, it's not necessarily successful, what are we saying by saying that it's worthy? Essentially, it means two things. Number one, you can learn from it. It may hurt. It may entail a struggle. It may mean that you have to change. So you have to be in this state of liqueous resolve, because you may have to change. But you can learn from this. You can become something else. You can take a step. And that points to the second thing that it means. Worthy means that for every single moment that you are in this endeavor, you are alive. You are alive. Something is happening. You're able to move freely and form and reform and think and rethink and step into this in a way that you do so with freedom, you do so with grace, You do so with openness and awareness of everything that's around you. You are alive.